This video tutorial is for tutors in how they would attach files to the assessment activities. So to do this, we need to go into the portal, and then when you go to My Courses, you choose the course that you're going to. So in this example, it will be the Level 2 Activity Leadership. And you click on that, and it will take you into this course here. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to turn the editing on, which is this green button in the top rightish corner. If you do not see that button, it means that you do not have editing rights, and you'll need to contact somebody so that you can get given the editing rights on this course. So once we've turned editing on, what we'll see is lots of grey icons appearing throughout the course, and these are the editing icons. Now we scroll down, so you've got the grid at the top with the pictures in, but if we then scroll down, we'll have all the activities for each of the units. Now there are two different types of activity that have been created. There are the knowledge questions activities, and then there are all of the others, which is a slightly different type. So I'm going to start with the knowledge questions. So what I need to do is next to Unit 1 knowledge questions, I'm going to go across to the edit option, and I'm going to click, and then I'm going to click on edit settings. Now the text in this box here is what the students will see. For the knowledge questions, you shouldn't need to edit it, but if you do need to add anything or remove anything, you can do that. It's a straightforward editor, similar to using something like Word for you to do your editing. But the important thing is we need to upload the file which contains the questions that they have to answer. And there's two ways of doing this. If you have a modern browser, you should be able to just simply drag and drop the files. So all you do is you open up your Windows Explorer, you locate the file that you want to upload, and then you just drag it onto that box there, and it will upload it for you. If you can't do the drag and drop, if your browser doesn't let you, you use this little white button here which says Add. You would then choose Upload a File on the left. You then choose a file, and then you just have to browse through your system, locate the file. Once you've done it, you click on Open, and then you would upload. So the drag and drop is quicker if it works. If not, you use the white button. And you can have more than one file attached. You just keep adding them into the area, just dragging and dropping them, and they'll put them in. Now if we just scroll down slightly, at the moment they've all been set to open in March, which is absolutely fine because that's in the past. If you need to set a due date for this assignment or activity, you can tick the box here, you change the date to what you want, and you can then specify a time. Now I recommend that you don't use midnight as a time because there can be confusion between is it the start of the day or the end of the day. So if you are setting a due date, I'd always say something like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or midday or something like that, and be consistent throughout. Now that only works if all of your students across all of your cohorts are submitting at the same time. If they're not submitting at the same time, so if different parts of the country submit at different times, I wouldn't specify a due date, just leave it unticked. And then for that one, we just go to the bottom and you would then save and return to the course. No, I'm not going to do that, I'm just going to cancel. Now the other type of activities are all the other things. So here I'm going to look at the witness testimony, and again I'm going to go edit and edit settings. Now with the witness testimony, we're going to need to change the text at the top here. So some of them it says for this activity you need to, and then there'll be a series of dots. You just replace the dots with whatever text you want, and similarly it says to complete this activity you need to, and again replace the dots. Now for the witness testimony, the students wouldn't actually be submitting anything. It will be the tutor who submits something and gives feedback. So for this you'd actually change the text completely. So you might just delete the whole lot and just type in what you want. So it'd be something like, for the witness testimony, your tutor will upload the responses and the grades to this area. You do not need to do anything, or something along those lines. Now again, if you want to add a file you can. With the witness testimony you may not need to, because it may just be that the tutor will upload something once they are finished. Again, you can set a due date if you need to, but for witness testimony it's probably not appropriate. Now, if the activity is one where the students are not submitting anything and it's just being used as a mechanism for the tutor to submit something, then where it says submission types, we can remove the tick that says file submissions. This stops the student from submitting something which would be inappropriate. So if the students need to submit something, that needs to remain ticked. If they don't submit something, that is unticked. And then all the other options are exactly the same. And again, you just go to the bottom and save and return to course. And we just work our way through attaching all the files to the relevant activities. If you realise at any point that you've made a mistake, it's not a problem. All you need to do is just go back to Edit and Edit Settings. You can then change what you want, add different files. Once a file's been added, if you click on it, it will bring up a little box where you have the option to delete, so you can remove a file and then upload a different version if you've uploaded the wrong version, for example. So that's the mechanism for adding the files to the different activities.